We are live. Here we go again.
We're
I'm just joking. We're not doing that again.
No, please tell me you were recording that.
Now we are.
Okay, we're live, baby. Welcome back. It's
Yeah,
your
baby,
realtor
we're
on
live.
another episode of Only Plants. I'm joined by the one and only, the beautiful Miss Mischelle Chandel. How are you feeling?
Hello,
How we feeling?
everyone. I'm feeling great. Thanks, Ralph, for that.
Of course, anytime. So, what brings you guys here today?
You know what? Just gonna be talking, shooting some shit, talking a lot of nonsense, and
A lot of nonsense.
just figuring out who's gonna listen to it. So we're here. We're gonna.
I
Do
really think you guys did a great job last time. You guys did the kind of like your own podcast. So, I don't know. What are you guys up to these days?
We got a lot of stuff going on these days. A lot of
Yeah, I
stuff.
swear every day is different.
Yeah, a lot of new rules. It's a changing world in the real estate game. So a lot of new rules, a lot of new regulations. Prepping up for 2024. I don't know when we're gonna put this out, but for
Yeah.
2024. So we're just getting geared up for that. I've been working on TRESA, REBA 2002.
Yeah, just trying to educate
TRESA
ourselves
today. Yeah.
on the
yeah.
new rules, make sure that we're up to date and we can advise, our clients accordingly. It's a big change.
So, what are the new rules that are happening, that are changing in the real estate world?
Well, if you're a realtor, you're familiar with REBA, or now TRESA, and if you haven't had any training on that yet, well, you should, because it's coming into effect on December 1st.
That's correct, yeah.
And yeah, what do you think, Michelle? What do you think about these new rules?
You know what? It's been a long time. I've been doing this a long time, and it's the first I've ever seen them kind of implement something new forms, new rules. I think it's kind of a way to, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but just wean out the bad agents and re-educate them, because a lot of agents have been in the industry for a long time and, we're stuck in their ways. So kind of like a little refresher.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people got licensed in like the last couple of years, and it was so easy to sell a house the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Super easy. And you just put it on the MLS and it just flew off the shelf, right? So it didn't matter if you were a good realtor or a bad realtor. I mean, the homes would kind of sell themselves. But now in a market like we have,
Yes.
those good realtors are really sticking out. And if you don't have one, I mean, it's going to hurt your pockets, right? So
100%. You need to know the paperwork moving forward, all the pre-printed clauses, everything's changing. And to be honest with you, a lot of agents don't even look at offers. Have you ever had that?
yeah.
You put in an offer and they'll call you and ask you questions. It's all there. Read it. Not only you. Explain it to your client. Every word.
Yeah, but talking about TRESA, just to answer your question, Ralph, biggest difference, like even like no coming soon signs, like
I know.
I always love taking advantage of that kind of stuff. Like
That's
just
the
having a little-
best.
just having a little edge, knowing a listing's coming,
For sure.
prepping it, getting the area, getting the community involved, getting the neighborhood involved.
It's great for your seller to have a coming soon sign, because you can start gauging traction, have agents calling you before it hits the market. It looks good on us. You get buyers through way ahead of time. So, I feel like that's a loss for sure.
So what do you think about like the self-representation people are going to have the option of doing now and collaborating with realtors on selling properties?
I mean, I feel like the difference is before it used to be able to be on a buyer representation agreement and a customer service agreement. So now the customer service agreement is gone, and now there's something called an SRP where a buyer can represent themselves and, go through a lawyer for the transaction. I just don't see how that's different than the current process. You can still use a lawyer to draft up an agreement. There's only so much a lawyer can do at the end of the day. And yeah, I was actually talking to a colleague earlier, and I was thinking, maybe lawyers will, or maybe they won't, understand the changes in the real estate game if you're a real estate lawyer, and kind of offer a package, maybe where they can cater to those SRP clients.
Yeah, trust is fun. I feel like until December 1st, when people know what's going on, it's kind of like that boring.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a while to
You know what I mean?
implement.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so let's backtrack a little bit. When you said that there's no coming soon sign, like marketing wise, like how is that? Like for me as a consumer, not a real estate agent, like can you kind of go back what that means?
Yeah, so I mean, it's just in a whole. So for the longest time, if someone was coming in without a realtor and they wanted to make an offer on a property, or if they wanted to make an offer on the property, that's probably the easiest case I could say. The realtor would have some sort of duties to these customers. not clients, customers, and there's a difference that we don't have to dive into right now. But these customers, so you would still provide a service without representing the customers. Now, with the new rules, with the TRESA rules, these people can come in, these customers can come in and represent themselves. Now, these self-represented parties don't really know all the rules, the regulations, the way the system works. So they're coming in to this gunfight without any ammo, thinking they know what's going on. So, they're going to have to be negotiating offers with people like me and Michelle, who've been doing this on a day-to-day basis for the last decade, right? So, best of luck to you guys. I wish you all the best in those negotiations with me. I'm doing this day in and day out, and I study it every single minute of my life. So, you think you can do our job better than us. It's a great opportunity for realtors to actually finally get a little bit of clout and recognition, because everyone just thinks we're door openers. Can I swear on this? I can swear on this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's your podcast, bro.
Yeah, it fucking pisses me off, man, because, we work so hard. We're on call all the time. All the time. Weekends, evenings, nights. Like, when I'm ready to answer your call right now, I'll leave this podcast on to one of my clients' calls. And we don't get the recognition for it. So I feel like putting those self-represented parties in our position now, where they have to deal with what we deal with, will actually give us some just credit in general. Yeah. Which I'm really excited about, because once they realize they can't do the job, that's when realtors are going to, be brought into the limelight and get a little bit more recognition. But what do you think?
That's a really good way to put it. I feel like a lot of buyers are going to think that they're saving money representing themselves. Obviously, paying out a realtor is expensive, but buyers don't pay realtors. So, and it's our job at the end of the day to represent our seller and get them the most amount of money. So if, a self-represented party comes in thinking that they're at an advantage, I doubt it. There's also the question, I think I was talking to you about this earlier, Jordan, like, if you're not represented, how comfortable would a seller be letting you into their home? It would be, the onus would be on the listing agent to show that buyer the home, right?
It's like another can of worms for people to figure out. And I mean, for me, as if I were to represent myself, I'm like, wouldn't that be more of a headache for you guys as realtors? Because I don't really know how to fill out paperwork A, B, and C. What if I were to give you an offer, I didn't fill it out properly, like, and you guys look at it and you're like, okay, now we're wasting time going back and forth because I got to correct you on these things, right?
And I'm not even able to offer you service anymore. Like, I'm not even representing you, and that's a great point that you put. I'm not even representing you. So your interest is not in mind, and I'm not. There are some exceptions to the rules, depending on your clients and what they'll allow, but a lot of new forms are being brought in. The new working with the realtor forms like 10 times longer than what used to be.
So long, yeah.
It's much different. Honestly, if I can compare it to something, it's like you going to the dentist today and giving yourself a root canal. Yeah. Like, you would never even think about trying to do that.
Right.
So, but for some reason, people feel like they can come into our industry and do our job no problem. Yeah. But I would love to see you do something else, or like even go to court and represent yourself. Like, I'm sure you have those options to do something like that, but it's in your best interest to hire a professional and anything you want, and it's the biggest asset of your life, so you want to be taking care of it.
I think as realtors, a lot of the times, you deal with clients who think that they know better and this and that. You have to respect, it's their transaction and their investment at the end of the day. But our whole job is to advise them and, like, teach them and show them that maybe this is a better option for them, right? And that just comes with being, again, an experienced realtor and having gone through the transaction process.
I mean, they'll find out.
It's like going on Judge Judy, right? Representing yourself. And then you say the wrong thing. It's like, okay, here's the, and they're like, whoa, I'm not ready for this to be done. It's like, nope, you already said what I needed to hear and we're done.
And that's it. And people are going to get into the industry. They're going to be way too deep into it when they figure out they can't do it. But, fuck around and find out.
I love that saying.
Right.
Okay, but in a sense too, if you have like a really good mindset as a realtor, I feel like you would take this as an advantage. Again,
absolutely.
Someone who's like for me, when I used to work in healthcare, people are like, oh, I can be a nurse, I can be a doctor, I can do whatever. But then they try to
I wasn't one of those people.
No, I'm just saying,
I was
right?
not one of those people.
It's like, put yourself in our shoes, right? Now you get to see the nitty and gritty, what happens, right? Yeah. So for you guys to see it firsthand, these people are trying and they're failing. Not in a bad way, but it's just like, here's my world. Now you get to see it do you want to keep doing it for 10, 20 transactions a year?
Well, there's a small sample size. I mean, we had like Purple Bricks went out of business.
Yeah.
There's companies like that all the time where people come in and we call it mirror listings in the business, where you just have authority to post their property on the Toronto Real Estate Board with no representation. They're not doing anything else but that. And those homes statistically sell between 5 and 10% less. So
I'd argue more. Yeah, and they usually end up
Yeah.
getting listed through a realtor anyways.
Mm.
So
yeah, and you're still cooperating with a realtor, and you have to deal with a professional. And for me, well, for me personally, like Michelle, like I don't feel comfortable if I'm in an industry that I don't know, and I have to work with someone who is a professional. Like I'm not comfortable. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just diving in. Like if I had to go back and forth with someone, and I don't know my craft or the industry, like I'm looking to hire whoever I can, the best help I can find possible. So
we do this all the time with
That's
our
just me.
listings, right? Like we don't go and stage the home, paint the home, clean the home. That's just not our forte. We hire the best, so therefore it's a collaborative effort, and that's how you get the most amount of money for your home.
sorry, side note. It's so funny because I just went to a house last week, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think we should do for the staging?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, we have an interior designer to do that, not me.
Yeah, I can call
Like,
her over.
Yeah, we Donna. Like she's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
And you know, we'll tag her if wherever this gets posted. Shout out Donna, your real one.
Yes.
And like I don't do that. And like, and even I met a gentleman yesterday. He was like 70 years old, and I talked to him. And he's like, I still put in my for sale signs. I go in the lawn and I install them myself. I'm like, don't you got better shit to do? Like, what do you mean you're putting in a sign
Did you
still?
have more listings to get?
I'm like, bro, you're pushing 70, man. Like, it's cold out.
Yeah, that's
Like,
another
Go,
thing.
make your time more valuable than that. Like, that's not your job. Like, you can get someone to do that, and you can worry about your clients, give them a little bit more attention.
Absolutely.
That's going to get you more business, not putting the sign in the ground.
I think you make a great point too, because like, for some people, again, if it's not your forte, again, like you guys hiring us as videographers, making contents is not your forte. I mean, you guys
I
create
don't
the
even want to
content,
try.
you know,
to
like,
do that.
like that's not your forte. So you hire someone to make it convenient, and you focus the rest of your time into making more money,
And that's
right?
it.
Either
That's it.
to pay for this content or to make more.
Yeah, and
right?
just honestly, like our stagers, you guys are fantastic working around schedules. You guys can collaborate on this too. But
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it.
these guys are amazing. These guys are amazing. They work around your schedule. They're just true beauties. Alvin, Ralph, other Alvin, he's not here today, but other Alvin as well. Shout out to you guys. You guys always hold it down. You're always so welcoming when we come here. I love coming here. Michelle loves coming here
Love
too.
it. We were talking about it on the way here.
Yeah, we get so revved up just knowing we're coming to Oakville and doing this with you guys. But you guys are real ones. Appreciate it
Yeah,
a
it's
lot, honestly.
value adding, right?
Honestly,
Oh,
and, the
so
and the stuff comes out really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been getting
Yeah.
just from the last couple shoots that
Just
we've
telling
done. Like I've
Alvin
been
about
getting
that.
so much more views and engagement just with like people. And even if it's not like real estate based, it's just like, hey, I really just like watching you. I like listening to your passion when it comes to real estate, and it's just like that gets me going and fueled up to continue my job.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let me
So-
guys. Let me ask you guys a question. Obviously, the talk of the town right now is that the market is slow. If you guys are you guys busy right now? How are things going in on your side?
Pretty busy right now, yeah.
Yeah, same. It's just more of the fact that you need to be careful managing your clients' expectations now than ever. There are a lot of people, that want to sell and still have that mindset that they're going to get X amount that they would have. I don't know how long it's going to take for people to kind of come back down to earth. But again, that's our job, right? So if you have the skills and you're able to communicate with your client and, offer the full service that we do.
Yeah, I feel like the attention shift for me personally. I mean, I love listing homes, right? So in these kind of markets, we like to take advantage of, just good deals that are in the market. A lot of assignment deals that I've been working on just
Yeah.
even this week.
Those are
know-
good.
you know,
Assignments
pro-
are good right now for buyers, right?
Yeah, can you touch base more on that? Like, why are assignment sales so good right now?
Well, people purchased these assignment properties last year or 2 years ago. I'm just talking about my own personal experiences. But they purchased these properties and they can't close on them. Interest rates have raised so much that there's no opportunity to close on them. So they're just walking away from deposits.
I heard like some as close to like, was it 30,000?
300,000,
300,000? Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
crazy amount of money.
I mean, I was working on one today, guys. It's like 125,000. Like, I hate being on the other side, to be honest with you. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not enjoyable to me. It's not fun watching someone lose money. But it's part of the job. You know what I mean? I got to do the best job for my clients. So whatever that means,
Mhm.
these things happen. Someone's gonna take advantage of a bad situation. If my clients can benefit from it,
One thing that we were able to have a conversation actually earlier about assignment sales is that, on the bad side where your client is losing money, they can actually, if you're a buyer representing, right, the assignment sale, it could be a good thing for that client because they could save themselves from litigation if
Yes.
they can't close, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like both of a win-win, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and I see a lot of builders trying to work with the people who are defaulting or not be able to fulfill those.
Having a hard time securing that mortgage, getting that mortgage,
Yeah.
giving them some more time. But yeah, you're right, Ralph. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are able to at least harbor whatever they did put in. Maybe there's some bit of a loss, but
Mm-hmm.
if you do move forward, it could be more. So
So what would be let's provide some value to the audience out there. What would be your advice for, I know it's a tough situation for some people, but as a real estate agent, what would be your advice for someone who would come to you that say, hey, I can't close on this property. You helped me buy this 2 years ago if it was a pre-con. I know you don't really like pre-con, but
that's not true. That's not true. I just,
just kidding. But if they come to you, what would be your advice? Like, how would you go about helping them, right? So they can, if someone's watching this, like in that situation, they would want to reach out to you and figure that out, right?
I mean, I don't think they would be buying a bad property if it's from us. We are absolute hawks when it comes to that.
yeah, I was like, I've never
that-
experienced that thing.
Yeah,
Christ.
myself, I'm an absolute vulture when it comes to finding out a good deal, and I'll scavenge anywhere I can to find one. When it comes to pre-con, from the get-go, like informing your clients on what the benefits can be, as well as the penalties, right? And losing your deposit is one of those penalties, right? So we have to just make sure everyone's well informed, they know what's going on, and they know which way this can go. Obviously, we're all optimistic that we're going to make some money, but in the reality, like the situation we're in right now,
It's tough.
it's tough.
It's very tough. Yes.
Anything you want to add to that, Michelle?
No, I think Jordan's on the ball with that.
Yeah. Let's get controversial.
I've been
Okay,
waiting.
I'm so curious. I'm just really curious to see, or if anyone has, like, I feel like you guys have the no filter side of it, kind of, right? So what is the deal when these constructions that are pre-constructions that are happening and they're burning down in 40 homes at a time?
Can I take this one?
Yeah. I just gotta know.
Okay.
I'm just so curious. I see it on the news. I'm like, I need to know the inside.
I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit.
Yeah,
so
go for it.
Michelle bought one of those houses that just burned down.
No.
I did. It's actually interesting because we were talking about assignment. So I bought a townhouse in Vaughan on assignment. The seller sold it at a loss. I can give you figures. They bought it for $1,030,000. I bought it for $995,000. They didn't lose too much money. I got a good deal. And yeah, I think it was about 2 or 3 weekends ago. I woke up to a colleague messaging me saying, "Your complex caught on fire." And then the builder sent out a letter saying, obviously we're going to have to maybe delay. And, I'm not really upset about it, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'd rather wait. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. That's the biggest thing at the end of the day. But I can wait to close. It's in my advantage to do that.
Yeah, obviously it was accidental and not intentional.
It was
at
not
all.
intentional. It was not arson.
Yeah, definitely not.
Wait, so okay, so that happened. So on your side as the buyer, what happens to that property? Is it gonna get? So you said that you may just have to wait for a longer closing. Is it gonna get rebuilt?
So the builder offers a select few occupancy dates before they give you a firm closing date. And if they can't meet those closing dates, or the initial one, they move on to the next. As long as they give you written notice, builders do everything in their power to protect themselves, have the insurance, whatever it may be. So
That's interesting. Well, I'm so sorry about the incident.
it's okay.
A little too soon.
Low
Too soon.
key-
Tough crowd.
Low
Tough
key,
crowd.
I'm happy. So
Wow, what are the chances of me asking that question in your part of those demographic?
Yeah.
it's been happening a lot, Ralph, lately. So was
Well,
I
that's why I asked the
surprised?
question, right? Because like
Yeah.
it's been happening. It's a trend. It's not just the homes. Some of them are building their complexes, right? And people are like, obviously on 6 Buzz, you just see it's like, oh yeah, fraud. People can't close, so they burn it down. So it's like,
I mean, I'm sure maybe in some cases that is what it is, but I don't know. Sometimes the media just really blows things out of proportion when it comes to stuff like that.
You know what? It's one of those things that you're not going to really know the truth
That's
about.
true. And they're not going
um,
to disclose it.
And you have no control over. And like anything in life that you don't have control over, you just got to move forward with what information you have, and I think you're taking it like a champ. By the way, you took it on the chin. And
I just
you've
feel
been
bad
great this
because
last
for
week.
me it was an investment. You know, people sell their homes and they're waiting for these closings to happen, and they're banking on it. So for those people, I feel bad. I don't mean to bank in anyone's misery. I'm just speaking for myself. So yeah, it is sad at the end of the day that people feel like even when it comes to if it is true that it's arson, that people can't close, and that's the extent that they have to go to. So it's crazy. It's tough times. It is tough times right now.
I mean, we feel it too. We do.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I think
Yeah.
everyone's feeling it right now.
I think everyone.
Honestly, I think everyone's feeling it right now.
Yeah. Well, let's leave that negative stuff
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
behind.
please.
What are you guys most looking forward to in 2024? I mean, it's almost at the end of the year, right? So
I mean, I don't know even. We'll just talk about it. I just switched brokerages recently, so we can talk about that for a little bit. Yeah, so I'm a new brokerage. I got a new position. I'm a business development manager now with Remax West.
whoa,
Yeah.
West City,
Remax West.
Remax West,
Remax
no
West.
city,
No,
No
city.
city.
No,
West.
just
The
Remax
OG
West.
Okay,
West.
we'll
Yeah.
cut it. We'll cut it. Repeat that again. You're
Yeah, so I'm business. Yeah, so
One
I just
more
got
time.
I just joined a new brokerage. I'm with Remax West as a business development manager now, so I'm really excited to take on that role. And yeah, it's just I've been there for a few weeks now. It's pretty new. Not too sure when this is gonna come out, but it's a new chapter. It's a new chapter. I'm really excited about the role. I got a lot of new colleagues that I'm really excited to collaborate with, and just keep moving forward with the team. So
Yeah, Jordan's always been very growth oriented, never really stagnant. So I'm sure. he'll
Did
be
you
good.
join as well, or?
Oh my God, seriously?
yeah, we're in the process. We're in the process.
Oh, okay.
Slowly,
Non-disclosure.
slowly.
Yeah, can't really talk about that right now.
Slowly, slowly.
No, I mean, this is why when we talk to our clients, right? We don't really not tell them to give them advice. Like, don't tie your brand into a brokerage because
Oh
you
my
never
God,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. One of the biggest things I see people, your brokerage will give you like Mischelle Chandel at royallepage.com,
Oh yes, yes, yes.
and they'll use that for like 9 years, and then go to Remax West, and a lot of your clients are in that, right? They recognize that email, so if they want to reach out to you again, they use that email. But you tying yourself up to that brokerage, you put yourself at a disadvantage if you ever wanted to, stuff happens. You ever want to leave, look for a new venture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
I
changes.
was in a business planning and goal setting meeting this week with our brokerage, and it's good. We talked a lot about again the new rules, this and that, how we're gonna start marketing ourselves, especially because the market's changed. What I really liked at the end is that we had a sheet and we wrote down our goal. And I feel like it's so important to write down what you think your goal is. Actually, it was 2 values. It was what you need to survive, and then what you believe you're going to gross.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off because I'm excited. This is my favorite time of year. There's nothing more exciting than talking about the new year, and this usually falls around like right now. So, if you're watching, this is probably the middle of November, around this like week, middle to the end of November.
Oh my
That's when
God.
I get my 2024 calendar. That's when I do my
Yes.
business planning.
Scheduling.
Yeah, and our 2024 started at the end of last week.
Yeah.
Right, like I
Yeah,
know
of
maybe like a
course.
day or two apart, but
Yeah.
our 2024 already started. So if you're starting your 2024 in 2024, you are
No.
behind. Like, get yourself together, wrap it up. You're not doing anything in December. Half you realtors already call it a year. Go to Florida. I'll see you there. But honestly, like, the year's not done. You got a lot of planning to do. It's a really good opportunity. It's a good time to start thinking about what you're doing for the next year. You want to make Instagram posts for all those holidays. Make sure you do them now.
Yep. Gifts for your clients.
You're farming, you got those mailers,
Okay, yeah.
make sure you're scheduling those mailers, what's on those mail outs.
All that
Pick
stuff.
a door knocking route, know what doors you're knocking on which weeks throughout the year, and target a community. There's so many things to do, and I'm just trying to shoot them off at the top of my head, but there's so many things you could do right now to prep yourself for 2024, and those people aren't doing them, and it drives me insane because it's my favorite part of the year.
Jordan's too passionate. He's like, why aren't you doing this?
It's my favorite part. I'm so gassed up knowing, this is my goal. I'm trying to make $100 million in
Yeah.
2024, and like, how are we going to do it? Right. And then, January 1st is like the first day of getting that million or 2 million or 3 million, whatever you're looking for. Right.
That's what I was saying about writing it down. It's like you're manifesting it, right? You're creating motivation for
Yeah.
yourself to hit and attain that goal. So, you can start off small like that. and then slowly work your way up as to what you actually do have to do and implement it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing for us. Like last year, you know, we were talking about the studio. We didn't have the studio. And next thing you know, the year came and I came back from my trip, and then he's like, "Whoa!" The next day, we're signing the studio.
Is that when we met? I think that's
Yeah,
when we
you were
met, right?
mentioning that
Yeah.
to us
I
last
think that's
time
when we
You
around.
know?
met. I remember Alvin was talking about like getting a new studio, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'd rather you just come to me, but
Yeah, now you're
whatever.
driving over
Yeah.
here.
I'm so
yeah,
glad you
but you know
suggested
what?
that.
Honestly, the studio's beautiful. It's our
Gorgeous.
second or third time here, so
Yeah.
and
Beautiful.
we're gonna keep coming back. Like we love this place.
Mm-hmm.
love
Yeah, I
this
mean,
place.
again, manifesting is such a big thing for a lot of people, especially when things are down, right? You can't have that mindset where it's like, oh, I'm not busy. Oh, I don't have money. Oh, I like, you know,
No.
it's very important to keep that positive because it attracts it too, right? You guys, I don't know if you guys believe in that or anything.
I definitely believe in that. In this
100%.
industry, I don't think you have a choice but to, and it works.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's just like contagious. You know, you think success attracts success. Success attracts success.
Or are you transitioning there too?
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, hold on.
Let's keep it PG on all plans, okay, guys? Let's keep it PG here.
What are you guys plans for the new year? Are you guys traveling anything or anywhere?
No, honestly, I'm doing a little traveling at the end of this year in December, and just planning to go full tilt for 2024. I mean, you know, if we're doing pretty well, maybe we'll look at some trips along the way.
Yeah, that's what I was
but
gonna say. My travel plans are a little impromptu, not really so calculated. But I really just want to work. I think it's gonna be a difficult year, and I think there's a lot to learn. And yeah, just full steam ahead.
I think this is a really good year to gain some market share, right? So if you're going out and working, and you know you can pick up a couple extra listings and outwork your competition, when the market does start to pick up a little bit more, you have a bigger market share. You'll really see the difference maybe in 2025 or 2026. So it's a really good opportunity to get into the dirt, get your hands dirty, whatever expression you want to use, and go out and get those listings. You know, bang on those doors, make those calls.
Yep.
Please make those calls. Not enough of you guys are doing them. Leaving too many opportunities for guys like me or girls like Michelle for those listings. So I appreciate you, but there's a lot of business out there. There's enough work for all of us to do really well.
That is so true.
I love that. One of the things I really like about when I talk to you guys or just hear you guys talk is that one is your passion. What do you guys do? And I can really see how hard you guys work. You know, I feel
Appreciate
like
you.
not a lot of people see that. And this is why we surround ourselves with, you know, top producing agents and the people who are always on the grind because it motivates us, right? And I feel like, you know, for new realtors that are out there who want to get into it, this is something that they definitely need to hear, you know? So I don't know if what do you guys have? What's your tips for some agents out
You're
there?
so sweet, Ralph. I mean, we were new agents at one point too, you know, so we're always happy to share, you know, what worked for us and what didn't. Let me tell you how it, at the beginning, especially for every 100 tries, it's like 2-3 gains. You got to keep going.
Yeah, if you're a new agent and you're just scrolling on mine or Michelle's page right now and trying to figure out how you can last in this business, because most people don't, I'm telling you right now, go call your manager, call your broker of record, call your mentor, call an agent, call me.
Yeah,
We'll
we
sit
would love
down,
that.
make a business plan, come up with a real plan for 2024. Don't wait until February when you're, you know, see some other agents making deals in January or early February and then get started. Make it now. Go to your manager, go to Michelle, go to me. Don't mind helping. My phone number is pretty much everywhere on the internet nowadays. So, and get started today. You know, it's very tough in this industry. Not a lot of people make it out. So just put your foot on the gas, get ready to go, and don't look back.
We talked about this in our last podcast too. You really need to have faith and believe in it because it's possible. Anything is really if you put your mind to it.
Awesome. All right, my camera. It's half an hour, I think, and my camera's out of battery.
Oh my God.
So
No, we're just going to have to come back, Ralph.
yeah,
It's all good.
We'll finish it off, and again, thank you guys for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
Appreciate you guys.
Coming out to Velo Open Mic. Your host here, Ralph, and thank you, Jordan.
Only plants, baby.
Yeah,
Only plants.
and thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That was dope, guys.
That was awesome.